right, we're good. We're good
back.
to go.
We are always good to go. Hey, it's D Brown. I'm with Selena, Miss Saucy over there. I see you, girl. Back to the classics, presenting Cinema Rehab once again. But this time we're doing WandaVision Vision. Not WandaVision Vision. What am I talking about? I'm looking at your picture. We're talking about WandaVision episodes 5 and 6. Yo, her picture though is dope because the argument that they had in that crib, ooh, priceless. Like she tried to end credits, my dude. You don't end credits.
When I was watching it, I was like, should I leave?
You know why? Because it felt like a real argument. Like
I know. I'm in my own home, but should I go? Like
this is oh, y'all gonna argue.
Hold on. Well, I'll let you two do your thing. Hold on.
Okay. First and foremost, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you guys coming back. Selena, appreciate you guys coming back. How you doing today, by the way?
Good.
Definitely.
You know, ready to talk about WandaVision.
We got
excited to hear what everyone else has to say.
We got some things to talk about. Because WandaVision 5 and 6, man, can we say that they've kept the momentum going? It has been outstanding. I love the momentum of the show.
Talk about an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it's been good. And just to give you guys like an inside track, we've been doing these things obviously off the fly because we're enjoying the show, obviously, but it's becoming a hit now. Everybody is jumping on board. I feel like finally it took about 3 episodes for you to get comfortable, and then episode 4 is what basically sucked everyone in. So to do this review with these episodes, we're like really been wanting to talk about this. So we're going to finally get this off. Just to start this off with, we're going to leave all the links in below. If you guys are trying to follow us and you guys are trying to link, subscribe, hit bells, comments, and add all the likes, trust me, we appreciate the love. Definitely. We're going to do all of that towards the end of the video as well. But we just want to let you guys know everything Beat Network related is going to be in a link version. So you guys can always follow us. Now, let's talk about this episode. So we're going to start with episode 5. This was a wild little episode. It was cool, but wild. We get introduced to these kids. These
little babies that fast forward to, what were they, 6?
They were babies. Look, I'll put it to you like this. They were full babies. Is it Tommy and Billy, right? Tommy and Billy are full babies in carriages. I'm talking about in baby cribs. They not even able to do anything, say anything, nothing.
And Wanda pulled the full Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like.
Yup. She sure did. We went old school with this one. This was like a Family Ties kind of vibe, you know, with the opening.
Yes, Family Ties, Full House, Step by Step.
Yeah, so we went full, like, you remember what they used to call that, like the Friday block of TGIF. We went full TGIF, like ABC.
I lived for TGIF.
Come on. The Family Matters, you couldn't hate on that. You couldn't hate on Full House. You couldn't hate with Hanging with Mr. Cooper. You couldn't hate on Step by Step. That was like the joint right there. Them 4 joints killed it every time. TGIF was a whole vibe.
Yeah, my brothers and I, well, me mostly, because I was at the time the only one that was in school, made sure I had like everything done.
Yeah.
Little chores that I had here and there, my 10-minute reading every night that I had to do, which felt like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, made sure I had it all done so that on Friday after dinner, it was like, all right, TGIF.
So you could do the Urkel dance. Do the Urkel dance. No, my man had everybody. First off, this is the nerd of the whole school. He is not popular whatsoever, but everybody was down to do the Urkel dance on the roof. Everybody was down. That made no sense whatsoever, but it's Urkel. Urkel could get you to do the Urkel dance one time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Okay, so let me dial it back. We finally get like this whole like family ties, whole we're taking care of the twins. And the twins are just not stop crying. They not stop trying to be cool. She did magic on them. She's doing the Sabrina hands on them. It ain't working out. And what do
Yep.
you know? Right on cue, who comes up in there? Agnes.
Agnes. The doorbell rings. I'm like, it's got to be Agnes. Who comes to the door? Hey, guys.
What up? I heard some babies in the window one time. You know what? It's so funny that Vision started like getting woke in this episode. He started getting hip.
Because she brought something up like, should I start from the top? And I was like, whoa,
Yo,
what?
Yo, that was a good scene too. That was a good scene because even he said, "Yo,
what happened?" Oh no, nothing. She just must have gotten confused. She's fine now, but he's not buying it. He knows something is up, and I'm like this. What does he know?
That's my favorite.
What does he know?
What's going on?
What is he gonna say?
The plot has thickened. I love that because honestly, the plot did thicken because he's noticing. He's like, okay, something's happening. Something's going on here.
He goes.
Then on top of that, she was acting weird the whole time. She sprayed the cologne over there, the lavender over there, like the bassinets and all of that. Then she was like this, damn. She watched them grow up like literally, what were they? They turned 8, like just like
10. No. Like maybe between 6 and 8.
Mm-hmm. That's she's crazy.
She's just sitting there like kids.
Can't control them.
They grow up so quickly, don't they?
Shout out to her looking for the dark liquor.
And I'm like, she's not going to question it? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Because Agnes has always been there. Let's just keep it 100. Agnes has been there from the beginning. Anytime Wanda needed help, Wanda needed to cook for the boss, Agnes was there.
Number one. She's been Wanda number one.
Definitely. So as she has everybody in control, Agnes has always played to her fiddle, no matter what. So obviously we are learning that obviously Wanda got some magic going on. She got some voodoo tricks. She's working that shit on the whole situation. We want to believe in our heart of hearts that Wanda is not the villain, but she's looking like the villain right now. She's looking like a real villain. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
Is it bad that I'm here for it? Like, I'm okay with
it a little bit. I am here for it.
I'm here for it all the way, not a little bit, all the way. I'm okay with it because I get it. I understand it.
Well, isn't this like the year? Well, not the year, but I've noticed that there has always been a trend of the anti-hero is starting to get their due. The Venom movie did good, and Deadpool, he's totally an anti-hero. Like these anti-hero type characters, even when you watch Logan, you're not necessarily a good guy. You're not necessarily a bad guy. You're just a guy, you know what I'm saying? That just happens to have, powers, and you can flex these powers any way you want. This is the first time we're actually watching a TV series where we're like, you're the bad guy and I'm watching this, you know what I'm saying? For the MCU, I should say, you know what I'm saying? Considering that, FX got their show with Xavier's son and, what I'm saying, Legion, and you got all this other stuff that's out. But just the fact that this is happening for the first time, and it's not part of her characteristics. She started off as a villain. So
she did. And then after Infinity War, I was like, I would not be surprised if she comes back that she's going to be like, F the world. F
Yeah,
all of you.
you know,
Like,
be
I'm here for me. I'm going to stick up for me. I'm number one, and I'm going to look out for number
I'm
one.
gonna do me. I'm gonna
And
do
then
me.
Endgame is seeing how just angry she was, and just like she took all that anger and was taking it out on Thanos and everybody else. I was like, that's
Yeah.
my girl. That's my
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, 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 yeah. Wanda got some emotions that she needs to
And
she
I'm
needs to
okay
let
with
out.
it.
Definitely.
I'm totally okay with it.
I remember like that scene from Age of Ultron when Pietro did die and he like got the minute it happened, like you felt it and she felt it and she went off. Like if you was a robot, if you was anything in that scene, she made sure that you got business, you got messed with.
And with that, like I put myself in her shoes for a minute. I have two younger brothers. I absolutely love them, adore them. They're my best freaking friends. And I was like, if anything happened to my brothers,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, whoever did it, watch the F out because I'm coming for you.
Right.
Like you have no idea. And I don't even have superpowers. So
I
so
feel it.
so with Age of Ultron, I was like, oof, ooh,
It
ooh.
hurts. It hurts.
What's she gonna do? What is she gonna do?
But as we kind of like moved along, I've noticed that now that we're in these episodes, especially with episode 5, that gap between WandaVision and the real world is now starting to be a tug of war. We get in 2 shows now. We are in that space that I was like hoping that this was going to be the narrative moving forward, and it is. Like we are now either on the sword base or we're in WandaVision, and
Yep.
both are interesting. Both got some good stuff going on, you
I
know?
like that it kind of goes back and forth.
Yes, I love that. And basically, WandaVision is happening while they're watching it, and they're still trying to figure out what's going on in WandaVision. And Monica Rambeau,
And it's funny for me anyway. It's like when it cuts from WandaVision to Sword, I'm like, hey, what the, like I was watching that, and then when it, like I get into the Sword part of it, and then when Sword cuts to WandaVision, I'm like,
yeah.
hold on.
Hey, don't be pulling me. It's pulling you, kind of deal. Trust me, I'm right there with you with the tug of war, but that tug of war is so needed because I feel like right when episode 4 concluded, it was reminding us that you are now watching 2 sides of a coin
Mhm.
now, and you're gonna have to either A, choose a side, or B, just get comfortable because now this is where we're going with this story now. This is what the illusion is, and this is what the reality is. And now we're gonna see if those 2 can merge together and become one.
Mhm.
And I think it's a perfect marriage. Like it works well. Like it works well. As you know, the kids they grew up literally a little too fast. Like that's just their thing. That's what they're doing. They're just growing up. That's how they get down. First, they did the 6 to 8 thing, and then they had the situation where they found a dog.
Oh, he was so cute.
The dog situation was so cute. Like it was mad cute. It was
They're
cute.
watching him in the sink, and I'm
But
like, how is
mom,
this dog so
he's
calm getting
alone.
a bath?
He needs
Like,
us. They were doing the cute little kid voices. But mom, he's alone. He don't got no family, and he needs us. Can we keep him? I was like, keep the dog. Keep the fucking dog.
whereas with me, it was like the last 2 dogs I had, I just showed up at home with them.
Definitely, for real. And I think it's the ones like the strays that those are the dogs that need like the most love. They
Oh,
need it
but
so
then
bad.
it
They
was so
haven't been loved
calm.
in so long. They just need the love. Like love me, just love me, please.
Like, how did the dog not only stay quiet, but stay calm in the sink getting a bath? I take my dog upstairs to my bathroom to give him a bath, and he's like,
he's all shaking.
no, not even shaking, just trying to get out of there. And then once I'm done bathing him, and I let him jump out, he shakes it off and everything, and I pulled a blow dryer out, and he's like, and he jumps back into the tub. Like, like I need their dog to teach my dog how to take a bath.
Or something type shit. I like that, you know, it felt like almost like, because I know Wanda is in control. She seems like she doesn't control everything, but at the end of the day, she is in control fully of everything that is taking place. I feel like that dog was put in place for a reason. She's trying to teach the boys a lesson, you know. Don't grow up too fast. I don't want you guys to grow up too fast and not experience this level of loss as we'll get to that next scene. But there is a lot going on with the reasons why that dog was there and the reason why, you know, it was instrumental for that to happen.
Right. And even then she thought, or she's looking at Vision and looking back at them like, I don't think you guys should have a dog until you're 10.
And they was like,
and they were like,
oh, say less.
Boom, 10 years old.
Definitely.
And Agnes is there.
You know what? I like that scene because Vision even caught it. He was like this, all right, we're going to be having a visitor anytime soon, and she's going to have exactly the item that we need. Here come Agnes with a damn dog house. I heard you guys talking about a dog in the window, like type shit. Like, you nosy bitch. Who told you to come inside the house with a dog house? And where'd you get this dog house in the middle of the morning? Shit. Petco ain't open yet.
And then Wanda comes back in with a Sabrina finger. Well, here's the collar.
Yeah, and he ain't like that. Vision ain't like that. Vision was like, nah, Agnes is right there. You know what?
I don't want to hide anymore.
And you shouldn't have to hide either. I like that. Like, she's getting comfortable in her situation to the point where she's like, I'm done switching up the sitcoms up every time there's like a ripple in the script, you know. I want this to stay consistent no matter what. So I did like that part of it. So Sword is plotting their situation on the outside. Hayward, our resident douche of the whole story, he's over here trying to figure out the anomaly, you know. And as they're piecing things together, you can already tell that he's not understanding where Monica's coming from. Monica and Hayward is having a disconnect when it comes to, is Wanda a victim or is Wanda a victimizer? And that's what we're getting into now. And it sounds like even based off of Monica's experience, she's trying to say, I don't think we have the full story here. She seems like she's in a different, you know, an emotional place where we need to find out more with what's going on with her. Once we figure out what's going on with Wanda, we can solve this whole mess. Obviously, Hayward got completely different motivations and ambitions when it comes to this one.
Yep.
How you feeling about Hayward right now? In episode 5, Hayward.
Hate him. Hate him. I didn't like him when Monica went back to Sword and he's, oh, well, you know, I was the only one the only one, what did he say? The only one that was like had enough experience or whatever. And she's like, you were the only one left.
That like, part I did notice.
Put him in his place.
You were the only one. Yeah, you were put in this place because you were the only one that
like,
can take.
You were it. Like there was literally no other choice.
You're a default character. You exactly. Default. Yeah.
Episode 5. Yeah. No, I didn't care for him the last episode. I don't care for him in this one even more. Like, screw off.
Screw off, Hayward. You fucking Hayward, you. I feel like anytime there's a word.
I was trying.
All words like Squidward and Hayward. If you got a word at the end of your shit.
He is literally the Squidward of Sword. hates life,
And
hates everybody. But
look,
no, like I was trying to think of a nice way to say it. I'm like, whatever, just say it.
no. Trust me, I'm right there with you. When Darcy said the line, like, my boy Jimmy was like, "Yo, I'm trying my hardest, to be courteous and give people the shadow of the doubt." She said, "Nah, I'll say it. Hayward's a dick." I love that shit. Hayward is a dick. He's a dick for like no reason too. Like it makes no sense on why you're such a dick. Like I don't get it.
If Darcy was an animal, she'd be my spirit animal.
Yo, Darcy is
For
mad.
sure.
Yo, Darcy's role on that show, she's playing it perfect. Like Kat Dennings is killing that. Like she's killing it. And she's the side character that you was not expecting, but she is so essential to the story. Like she's the smart one, she's the
God.
woke one, and she's the
Yes.
comedy relief. She's everything that you need the reality to be. Like when everyone is being dicks and dumbasses, she's the one there to go, well, you're a dick and you're a dumbass.
And you know what? The reason why I love her so much, she's smart, she's beautiful,
Yeah,
she's comedic, like super funny,
killing
sarcastic, and also she'll call you out on your shit immediately.
quick,
Like she doesn't give a
mad
shit
quick.
who she's working for. Oh, I'm working for you. I don't care. You're a douchebag. Like she's the entire package, and I love it.
You gotta appreciate it. You gotta appreciate it. I appreciate Monica Rambeau's character as well. She is like honestly becoming like one of my favorite characters in the show because of how she acts, how she carries herself. She's such a strong character. Obviously she just got yeeted out of the out of the Westview anomaly, straight yeeted, like straight up. Wanda said, "Nah, you don't belong here. You got to go." Hit her with the Hadouken real quick. But she's getting her X-rays and her labs and everything done, and they were about to take blood work on her, and she was like, "No, I'm done with all of that. I'm straight. Like I'm good with all of this experimental bullshit." And
what I love most about like that upcoming scene is when she just like takes the gun and starts shooting at what she was wearing when she came, like when she got yeeted.
Yeah. Yo, the fact that she was able to put all of that together, I think those three work together so good. They work excellent together.
But I also feel like Captain Marvel is going to make some sort of an appearance. Oh, I know somebody.
Well, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. But remember, she says she knows an aerospace engineer. And now, we're gonna talk about episode 6. But once we get to episode 6,
I'll finish my thought once we get to episode 6. So.
But I will say this: the fact that she knows an aerospace engineer, she's teasing it for disappearance of the aerospace engineer. That is so brilliant. What they did, they gave us like kind of like something to look forward to. Because we know it's going to be, if it's not a big reveal, it will be a reveal of some sort. And we're going to know this person the minute they show up. We're going to know it for sure when we see it. I love the fact that she's constantly just trying to make sense. I feel like Monica represents the audience. And then having Darcy and having Jimmy, all of that, just it's the audience. Just they're trying to help us. They are trying their hardest to make sense of this bullshit that is taking place right now because there's so much to unpack. Just sitting there going, well, why is that happening? All the questions that we have, they address it every time. And we get answers. We get answers to this shit. But the problem is, by the time you get to the end of a WandaVision episode, you're asking new questions. You're like, okay, I got new questions now.
What do you mean you gotta stand by?
Yeah, please. Yo, if I see that please stand by one more time, I'm gonna punch the screen. I'm like, I don't want to stand by. I need to know what happens to everybody in Westview, like right now. But I do love that. I love the fact that they were trying to police it. They were trying to science everything. And the conclusion that she came up with is if everything that goes through is changing on a molecular level, everything is changing. It's altering reality, which she came up with the conclusion that Wanda has become that powerful where she's able to alter reality. Same thing with Darcy. Darcy made that same point. they decide to send in the old drone, which was smart on their part. It was so smart. The old drone goes in and literally it does its job. Try to reach out to Wanda. Wanda looks up, gives those red eyes. We know what that means. Like, boys, stay inside the crib. Let me go talk to them real quick. I'm going to have to remind them.
Another reason why I hate Hayward, and I don't use hate too often.
He's trying to kill baby. He's trying to kill Wanda. He's trying to missile boo. Nah, you ain't gonna missile my girl in the middle of her series.
And she was like, what we're not gonna do today.
And Monica wasn't having it even like, whoa, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Chill. Yeah, I didn't like that one. Hayward being a dick as usual. My
biggest thing with that scene is when Wanda came through the hex with it, her accent came back. And
yes. I like the way you caught on to that.
One tiny little thing for me is before Endgame came out, I was watching all of the MCU movies in the correct, like, chronological order, right?
Right.
And I did it in a week.
You just gonna snap.
Just had to throw it out there, you know.
A week, son.
No, but one thing with watching them all in the correct chronological order is when I got to like Age of Ultron on, I was texting one of my friends and I was like, dude, have you noticed that her accent is like gone? Like Age of Ultron, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the next few movies that she's in, it's like
Civil War, she did it a couple times in Civil War. She did do it a couple times in Civil War.
But that's my point, is that it's like the more she's in these movies, the less you start to hear her accent. Like It kind of faints and then it's like non-existent all of a sudden.
Yeah. But I do like the fact that they definitely did her accent when she came out and confronted them.
And that's
one of the best scenes. Period.
Oh, I got scared. I got scared. I was like, I didn't even do anything to her, and
her coming out. She had on her old kind of like her little leather jacket with the red and the black. She had the drone in her hand. She said, "Yo, is this yours?"
And I was like this.
Yeah, that was a good scene. It was.
And then I hear her accent, and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Like. Immediately, I was texting my friend, like my thought of texting my friend, like, what happened to her freaking accent and all this stuff. And maybe I noticed it because I was watching them all back to back to back to back to back. And he didn't notice it because he was watching them like as they came out. And I'm like, no, like it's gone. It's non-existent. She has no accent. And then watching this episode, I'm like, it's back.
I think that they understood that was an issue and they found a way to make it kind of like addressed in the show. And I think that's brilliant on their part because everybody online is like, oh, so she's just like Storm from X-Men. She just ain't got no accent no more kind of deal. It's like, hey, as long as she been hanging around, she don't need to have an accent no more. Ain't nobody tripping about Black Widow not sounding Russian. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have an accent to represent your ethnicity. You know, if she's Eastern European, let her be Eastern European. And she managed to get comfortable enough to do the right accent. But other than that, it was brilliant for her to bring that accent back because it shows that Wanda in control. Does Wanda know? Obviously, this is the most powerful telepath / magical / reality altering. You can't call her a mutant. We'll call her an enhanced. She's an enhanced situation. But at the end of the day, she'll be able to do that. She created a pocket reality where a whole town is under control. I think she could change her accent at this point if she wanted to.
There was an article that I had saved about her accent. And it kind of like it foreshadows what's going to happen in episode 6. And it makes sense.
You feel me? It makes sense. 1000%. I know where you're going with that. Trust me, I know where you're going with that. I'm with you on that one because I'm so glad that it happened in that episode. And we're about to move on to it, but I'm telling you, like, it makes sense.
I feel like it had a lot to do with like ever since episode 1, she was very like, like typical 50s. Oh, whatever do you mean? And things like that. And then like the more the show's progressed, the more like with the times, I guess you could say, her accent has gotten. But I don't know. The article I read about her accent coming full on back when she leaves the Hex, I was like,
Look,
and it made me have my own like thoughts about episode 6, and sure as shit, I was right.
I want to talk about obviously Wanda putting those guns on Hayward was awesome, but that whole scene was awesome in itself. I like the fact that she did come out there to show like, look, we're happy over here, we're good. Leave us the fuck alone. She flexed and she left. That's what she was supposed to do. And then it was back to the boys, and obviously we go right into, and this one I'm going to do short because Vision being at work and Norm panicking and all of that was crazy because you got to see Norm break character for a minute, which we already are seeing people break character. Agnes broke character earlier with the kids. Like, do you want me to take it from the top? But Norm was like, yo, I haven't, where's my phone? I haven't called my wife. It's like, Vision is like, what? What are you talking about? And then he touched his head again and he was like, so if I'm gonna send an email, do I need to have a stamp on? I was like, wait, whoa. Like, that's a wild scene because like Vision is starting to realize that things are not what it seems in Westview. Right. What's outside Westview? And then now he's starting, those gears are working. He's starting to work hard now to like figure out. And he didn't like the Agnes thing from earlier. So he was already on edge.
So fast forward all that to the end of the night. He came home from work. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk about anything. She's just so exhausted, like cleaning up after the dog, after the kids and all this stuff. And then he starts to talk to her seriously. And she doesn't like that either. And it just, well, what about this? And what about that? And she, I'm going to bed. And he gets angry.
Yeah.
And when have we ever seen Vision angry?
Nothing at all. But you know what though? He's feeling like he's being lied to. He's feeling like,
my point.
Yeah. So you're seeing a culmination of a frustration because he believes that obviously the world around him is an illusion, And
he's so confused and so frustrated by his confusion that he's kind of taking it out on Wanda because he knows Wanda knows everything. He knows Wanda's controlling everything. Yeah. And the fact that she's lying to his face is making him even more mad. Fast forward to this.
And shout outs to Paul Bettany because Paul Bettany, like his outrage and the way he acted that scene was perfect. Like, to stop lying to me, he like starts levitating like that.
And she matches his energy, and she
like,
started.
I never heard you talk to me like that. Like for real.
You've never talked to me like that before. And he was like, what do you mean before? Like he doesn't even know what's happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with that. She was like, yo, she was like, you're not going to control me like you control everybody else, Wanda. She said, oh, I'm not? And then she tried to end credits him. We're going to bed. He said, no, we are not. You're not going to end credits me.
And they're talking through the whole end credits. Yes, but one of my favorite lines was when he said, you can't control me like you control everybody else. She's like, can't I? And I was like,
I love that line. I love that line.
Yes, you can.
It's so good. It's so good.
But then,
Um,
but them getting so mad at each other and to the point where they're levitating like in my background and she's getting ready
yeah.
like
Yes,
do something to
he
him.
was about to catch a yeet sesh. He
He,
didn't understand it. He was about to get
she
yeeted.
did not want to because of how much she loves him and how happy she is with her
Mhm.
life. That really got to me. Like, but at the same time, I was like, what's gonna happen next? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god, keep
You
going,
know, you
keep
my
going.
husband. You're these kids' father.
You're
Like,
Tommy and Billy's father. You're my husband. And he was like, but like, what am I? Like, what's going on?
yeah,
And
but
she
he made
still,
so many valid points. I haven't seen kids outside. I haven't seen this. She said, I don't control everything that happens in Westview. And she really is kind of like, you want to believe her, but you kind of don't. But you want to believe her. Like, I don't control everything. So then it even has you thinking, like, okay, so if you're not controlling everything, who's controlling the rest? Like, what are
mm-hmm.
you in control of? What are you not in control of? And then, as convenient as it is, the doorbell rings, and he looks at her immediately, like with the side eye, like, really? You're gonna have the fucking doorbell ring while we arguing? And she's like, "Yo, I ain't do that."
I didn't do it. And then you see the look on her face, and
Yeah.
like you know she really didn't have anything to do with it. Or did she?
Or did she? Hold on.
Because when she opens the door,
Mm-hmm. Open the door. It's fucking Evan Peters. Like, it's literally the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men like franchise. And what a awesome reveal that is. Like, what a beautiful reveal, because we've been teetering, we've been waiting. We're like, yo, when will the Fox X-Men cross over? And
but then when I saw who it was, I was like,
hey, hey,
I had to I was literally like this. My eyes went wide. I had to
yeah.
pause it for a second. I was like,
Hey, it was
like
brilliant.
kind of like hyperventilated to
Back of his
my own
head.
sweater.
It was brilliant
Oh
to show
my
the back of
god.
his head, because it could have been Aaron Taylor Johnson, but it wasn't. They showed the back of that head. I
And
love that.
then so like finally I like played it again and I'm like, holy
Yeah.
bleep. And even Darcy was like, she recast Pietro? Like,
I love Darcy is us at the end of the day. Darcy is us. Darcy is there as like literally to go, wait, whoa,
yes,
whoa,
yes,
what?
Darcy is us in the MCU. However, us seeing like
Yeah.
both were like, no, baby girl,
You don't
she did
belong
not
there. And
recast
yo, she
him.
felt some type of way about it as we
She
move
did not
into,
recast him. Fox did.
yo,
Like,
as as we move into episode 6, seeing that Evan Peters is the Quicksilver for this situation is crazy. It catches us off guard. It catches Wanda off guard because she didn't even know. She's like, and you are, and he's like, yo, is that how you feel? You're not going to give your big bro a hug? My man had a different accent. He had a different flow. He had a different everything. So this was like one of those things where you kind of needed it to happen, because obviously the momentum is riding high on these shows, and each show has been ending on that cliffhanger. And that was like the best cliffhanger to end it on, and they capitalized. We even get that bomb ass is straight up Malcolm in the Middle intro, and the whole rest of the episode plays out like Malcolm in the Middle.
it did. And I would like the nerdy twin just talking into the camera and
Breaking that
narrating
fourth
what's
wall
going
was a
on.
lot.
And
Yeah. A lot of Dewey, a lot of Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? Francis, like they nailed all of that. And that's the show that we grew up on. We grew up on that, you know what I'm saying? So for them to tap into the Malcolm in the Middle, I think was genius for them.
it was perfect. And then what was even more genius was it's Halloween.
The Halloween special episode.
And they paid tribute to the original costumes
Yeah,
of,
sure did.
of
Everybody had their
Scarlet
original.
Witch and Vision.
Yeah, but he said his was a Mexican wrestler. She said hers was a Sokovian witch. Quicksilver just said, fuck it, I'm going to just be a Quicksilver, but a low budget Wish.com
But he was like,
Quicksilver.
he even had like the Wolverine, like,
Exactly, exactly. But
oh,
he knows, by the way that he talks to her, he knows that he doesn't belong there.
mm-hmm.
But he
And he's trying
also
to question it, like, why am I here?
he's not under the same spell as everybody. He really is questioning why he's there. He's also even asking her, how did you do it? How'd you do this? How'd you
Yes.
do that?
And then at one point, when they're like in the middle of the town square, just talking to each other, just the two of them, brother and sister, where'd your accent go?
Where'd your accent go?
Well, where did yours go?
Where'd yours go? I
And
love
so,
that.
okay, answering my question with a question is not answering my question. It's deflecting.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got a question for you, and you don't have to answer, but I know you're going to answer anyway. Do you find it curious that Vision changed the script? He said, I'm going to go on a neighborhood patrol. She said, that's not what I wanted you to do. Like, she was even about to catch it, and she stopped herself. And then he goes, she didn't pick on the vibes that he's going to go do what he was going to go do.
I don't find it curious at all. Like, I was expecting that of Vision to say he was doing one thing but do another to answer his own questions, because clearly she's not going to answer them.
Right. She has it. She's not with it. She's not answering no questions.
Exactly.
She's not answering no questions.
I didn't find it curious or weird or anything like that at all. I was almost expecting that, especially when she's talking to, what's their neighbor's name? The guy. Crap.
Oh, Herb. I love Herb. Herb is like,
so when she's talking to Herb, when she's talking to Herb and he's, like with his earpiece and everything, and oh, sorry, hold on. Oh, apparently this happened, and apparently that, and oh, all the candy's gone, and now everybody's silly string and all this stuff. She's like, and she asks him about Vision, like where he's at, or oh no, he's not doing this. Why? Oh no, Ethan, just okay, I'm confused or whatever. Like, of course, he was not going to miss his kid's first Halloween.
Right.
To patrol a stupid neighborhood. Of course he wasn't going to do that. Like,
but you know what? I'm so glad Vision decided to do that because, man, he went to that.
Even told the kids, was it Billy or Tommy that got like the super speed? Tommy? Whatever. Who cares? One of the twins.
Hey, I like that he couldn't even tell the difference. Evan Peters even got them mistaken. He said, Billy and Tyson, yep, that's right. That's who you are.
But I'm Tommy. Who cares? No, so when the one got his like super speed and everything, and she was like, just take your brother with you. Really?
Don't go past Ellis Street.
Really? Do not go past Ellis Street. And where was Vision?
Ellis Street.
And who did he find there?
Agnes punk ass. But you know what's funny about Agnes being there? She appears to be like under the spell. Like she's part of the victimization. But I honestly think it was very convenient that Agnes was there. She ain't belong there, but it was very convenient that she was there at that time.
I think he did it on purpose.
Me too. To
try to give Vision a few answers to get her out of her spell, because he touched her forehead and, oh my God, you're one of the Avengers. Am I dead? No. Like, why would you be dead? Because you are. Yeah. Because you're dead. Like, he doesn't even know he's dead.
Right. Like that was an eye opener for him. But just to get out of her head, that was like, honestly, I love the fact that you said that, because her presence right there, and we know her for basically helping Wanda the whole time and being there the whole time. She was dressed like a witch. So for all you comic book nerds that thinking this is Agatha, I'm still with y'all. I think it's still Agatha. I really do. I know that Agnes ain't shit. I know that she's
what I love about it is that she's been obviously like Team Wanda this entire time because Wanda's controlling them.
Right.
But at the same time, she's like, how can I tell Vision without telling him?
Right. Yeah.
So, and silly me, I got confused. I took a wrong turn in the city that you've lived in your entire life.
Yeah, you don't know where the town square is at, really? Yeah,
where's the town square? I'm like, town square mall. Like,
but he was already determined. He's seeing people catatonic, crying. He know people are in pain from his conversation with Norm. So he already knows that nothing is what it appears to be. I'll touch back on Quicksilver again, and then we'll ultimately go back to where Vision is at now. Obviously, Quicksilver, to me, in my opinion, is not her bro. I think he's definitely going to be somebody that is trying to understand what level of power that she has. Because all the questions that he's been asking is, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? You should know how she's doing it. Like, you should know all of this stuff. But the problem is, who are you to be asking all of these questions?
Well, okay. And let me ask you, would he really know what she's doing if out of nowhere he was brought back like that?
Or if it's her doing. But based off their interactions, I truly don't believe it's her doing. I think she really does not have control of this particular situation. And she is also asking this thing or whatever this thing is, questions to find out, who are you? Like, are you really my brother? What's going on? Like, what's happening? Yeah, who sent you? I need y'all, show me your credentials. Show me your papers. I need to see your papers. I don't believe you. So, honestly, I'm right there with you. She don't, young Metro don't trust each other. Like, they ain't trusting each other.
When she asked where his accent went, and like, he almost looked confused for a second, but then was like, well, he caught it by asking where hers went.
Definitely. So obviously, Hayward is a dick. They confront Hayward about the bullshit that he pulled, and he immediately gets defensive, and he gets Darcy, he gets Monica, he gets all of them out there. Hayward says some cold-blooded shit to Monica that I'm not even going to repeat. He says some shit like, you know what? Your mom died and you ain't even built for any of this blip shit. Like, this, what happened when you blipped? We had to deal with the bullshit that was happening. Second, his hatred for these superpower people ain't making no sense. I need to know answers.
He should be allies with them.
Yeah, I'm good.
Especially after Wanda had all of his murdered crew pointing at him.
The murdered crew. Look, I'll put it to you like this. The fact that Darcy legitimately looking like this, hey, yo, you good over there after being murdered by your own murder squad?
Yeah, no, she did this, and like suddenly all the guns were pointed at him, and like they all looked like, you're our target.
But his I guess his idea was she couldn't be negotiated with. That's fine. Hayward's just a fucking dick, and Monica really is trying her hardest to find out what's going on in Westview, and he's stopping her.
He's trying her hardest to even get back in.
Yeah, he's cutting her legs off before she can even really speak, and that shit right there is more reasons why we don't trust Hayward. We said this in our previous review. Hayward is increasingly becoming a dick every time.
He ain't shit.
He ain't shit. Damn, I wish Disney Plus would just be in the show like, yo, Hayward, you ain't shit. Remember I said that shit.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He ain't shit. They get kicked off the base, obviously. Hayward already understands that they're two they're too woke for the situation. He gets them out of there, and they decide to, nah, we're gonna come back on the base. Shout outs to my boy. My boy is handling. He is doing his thing. Like, he is winning me over.
I saw his combat moves and I was like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, he's handling. He knows how to hotwire a whip. He got magic tricks. He knows how to punch out some agents.
Freaking Darcy, again, my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys tell me the plan?
Yeah. Oh, you don't need to know the fucking plan. And we tell you the plan, you're gonna like already know. Obviously, they get back on. Darcy understands that Hayward, she's trying to like kind of like, you know, crack Hayward's situation. And she says she's getting close. They all figure out that they need to get back into the Hex. Monica has her aero engineer friend.
Contact, who I believe is none other than.
Everybody is saying Reed Richards from Fantastic Four. I'm dear for it. I am dear for it. But I also believe it might possibly be someone from the MCU that just happens to be intelligent. We've seen them before. We just never really paid them that much mind.
Can I just say it?
You go for it.
I mean, how many times has Hayward like given her crap for her ties to her aunt, Captain Marvel? And even then he's like, your so-called aunt, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah, it's a weird vibe.
Come on now. That's the reason why would they when she's like coming back from the blip, why would we hear, hey, Captain Trouble, or what was her name? Lieutenant Trouble. Hey, Lieutenant Trouble. Why would we hear that if Captain Marvel had nothing to do with this series?
You know what?
Yes,
there was that that scene back in
Rambo's daughter. Yes, she was there for her mom and and everything when she had cancer. May she rest in peace. But why hear, hey there, Lieutenant Trouble, if Captain Marvel was not going to make some sort of an appearance? He even calls her by her name. Hayward does. Carol Danvers. Oh, you were Carol Danvers' so-called niece. This and this and that. Come on now. And now suddenly,
he was like, come on now.
Suddenly she has an aerospace engineer friend that can get her in. And oh, my friend can get me in an hour. My contact can get me in an hour.
Yeah.
Who else is it going to be?
Yeah, I feel you. To be honest with you,
I'm wrong, I'm going to feel like a total ass for being
no. Hold on. The best thing about these, reviews is we're not comic heavy. Like, I've read a few comics myself. I know what I know, you know, and you know what you know. But at the end of the day, we are still fans of the MCU. So anything is possible. Anything is possible at this point. So that's a sound theory. I have another theory. Obviously, Reed Richards was one of my theories, but I have another theory that it could be somebody completely different, somebody left field that just happens to be part of the MCU landmark, and we are overlooking them now. I don't know. Now, this is an opportunity for them to either introduce a new character or a character we already know We already know them. So that's where I'm going with that. And they have to be an aero engineer. They have to be intelligent enough to be that.
What about like how when we saw Far From Home in theaters and we saw the very ending and we're like, Nick Fury wasn't even there?
Nick Fury wasn't even there. It was a scroll? Wait, what? It was a whole scroll this whole time. That's like one of the wildest twist endings to a Marvel joint.
So My point is, what if it's one of them? Nick Fury's up in freaking space this whole time after the blip.
Yeah. Look, I have my theories, but Reed Richards is on the top of that list, and I'm so anxious for episode 7 to find out what that is. I'm anxious. I'll wrap this up. We are now at where everything is coming to a kind of like a close. Vision has reached a point where I'm going beyond Ellis Street because Wanda already had told the kids. By the way, the kids have powers. Throughout their little Halloween situation, the kids legitimately have powers now. And as you can see, everything has always been accelerated with the growth of the kids and everything. So what happens is the kids are doing them. They're having their conversation, their deep conversation about, it's almost like they're both interviewing each other. They're asking each other questions and trying to gauge each other. And that will be Wanda and Pietro, a.k.a. the Evan Peters, Ever Peters Quicksilver, I should say. And we are now watching Vision, who has questioned everything that is happening. And he just had that weird interaction with Agnes.
Crossing Ellis Street.
He's like, nah, I'm going past that. I got to find out what's going on. He literally is now walking out of, we can call it a force field, an anomaly. We can call it whatever you want to call it. He's walking out of Westview now. And as he's walking out of Westview, you can see him starting to kind of like...
He's like breaking apart.
Breaking apart, definitely.
And at that same time, Wanda looks at Pietro and sees him gray and dead.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is kind of happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. And then you see one of the kids' powers activate, and he even stops one of the kids who has speed, by the way, who has superpowers right now. He's like, something ain't right. They immediately go to Wanda. They tell her, yo, something's not right. Dad's in trouble. And she's like, what? Wait, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. Concentrate, focus.
Focus. I need you to focus. The crazy part is the Quicksilver said, yo, it ain't like your dead husband could die twice. Yo, when he said that, they already were having kind of like a we're related, I trust you, but I don't trust you type conversations are happening. I
was like, oh,
but that was enough for her to shut him down. It's
not going to end well for him. And
oh yeah, he got yeeted, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. He needed to. He's been teetering on that line of, you have a different face. You don't look like my brother. You're not the way I remember you. We have different memories. So he was already sus. For all of our Among Us fans, he's sus. He was mad sus for the whole episode. The whole episode. But to see him get shut down, and the next scene is so iconic, to watch Wanda like literally break down like the whole town, it was just crazy. Because obviously this one side of town that is in a state of, they're not even functional. Everybody at that town square got shut down immediately, and she was able to expand.
And to see her expand the hex, and anybody who's like trying to escape, they become part of the town.
Yeah. Oh, it was perfect.
The two guys
it was perfect.
That were part of Sword running, they become clowns, and I was like, that's fitting.
Yeah, yo, the fact that she turned them into some clowns at the circus, I said that is fitting. Like that was perfect. Like,
and stupid ass Hayward, come in. Can you guys hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
And the girl, the lady in the back is like, hello? No, they can't. Like,
Can we talk about the true villain of the show? The true villain of the show is the please stand by. That is going to always be the true villain of the WandaVision. like show. Like I'm like, wait, you're not gonna end it like this. And yo, the fact that he handcuffed fucking Darcy to that damn truck and he
And the
left.
guy runs away and she's like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yo, I was so upset. I said, that ain't sitting right with my spirit. You're not gonna leave Darcy out there in these streets like
Oh
that.
my god. I
She
should
said, oh fudge.
I should not have laughed. Yes, I should not have laughed, but I kind of did, only because she's like, "Fudge."
You just heard that distant fudge. But you know what though?
Because it's what I say when I catch myself about to say
Darcy ain't had no business running out there. She ain't
fudge.
had no business running out there. But honestly,
Oh, you wouldn't?
to end it on that note, I would say it's crazy enough. I feel like Marvel is doing a good job at ending these things great. You know, obviously, you know, there is the sitcom part of it, and then you have the real world part of it. Obviously, Sword investigating and Sword trying to stop them in their tracks, you know, and it's becoming to be like one of those good shows to the point where you really traditionally, or I guess genuinely want to know what's going to happen, you know, in the next episode. And I think that's a great space for them to be in. Like, you know, we need to be guessing all the time what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I have one question.
Mm.
Obviously, Vision is dead.
Yeah. He can't live outside the hex. We got that answer.
But is he going to continue to live when she expands the hex? Or because he was already outside of it and he technically is
I will say this.
Is he going to
I think he's gonna live again because when that hex did get expanded, if you notice, his skin makeup, his whole situation was back to normal.
He has more
so
color,
she knows. She knows. Mm-hmm. But that also shows how suspect she is because she claimed that she's not in control. She claims, I'm not controlling this, I'm not controlling that. But at the end of the day, you were able to expand your hex.
Well, no, because she was also in control when she herself left the hex.
Right.
So we knew she's in control. She's just lying to Vision that she's not.
Or is she? Because she can be being manipulated. We have two manipulators at the moment. I have two prime suspects right now that are on my manipulation list. Pietro, whoever the fuck he is, I don't believe he is who he is. And of course, Agnes. Agnes is not getting off ever. Even Herb. Herb is suspect too. Herb was like, is there something you want me to change, Wanda? Is there something you want me to do?
Agnes and Herb, I honestly do not believe they're manipulators. I believe they're so manipulated.
Or collaborators, I should say. Collaborators.
That they are totally on Wanda's side because they know her power and they don't want to get on her bad side.
Right.
Why else would, when Wanda, after she gave birth to the twins, would Agnes look at her and be like, stop. Like just shut up. Stop talking.
Hey, yo, wait. We're not going to do any. Do you want to do this again type stuff? Trust me, I'm right there with you. I am 1000% with you. But that flex of power in those last scenes and her doing that, expanding the hex, swallowing Sword's done.
We already knew how powerful she is, how powerful she can get.
Right.
From the movies, watching this, we know she's even more powerful. Okay, yes, that solidifies the fact that we know she's the most powerful Avenger. Not just creating an entire pocket universe, but expanding it to save the love of her life.
Yeah, I feel it.
He had even mentioned it to Pietro, like, you know, losing mom and dad, we were in an orphanage, and then losing you. How else would Pietro know she had a dead husband?
This is facts. This is the facts. There's a lot that he knew, and there's also a lot that he did not know. So he right now is definitely...
Who sent him?
Who sent you? So we are now at a phase where who sent Pietro? Who is the aero engineer? And what is Hayward's secret plans in Operation Cataract, or whatever that situation is. Because he definitely got Vision LoJacked. He got the whole Westview LoJacked based off Darcy's information. So we're now
Cataract.
asking, yeah. Cataract, I can't see. But we're asking the questions that need to be being asked. And once again, that's something that's brilliant on the show. They know to answer questions and then leave you with more questions. So I'm excited. I'm excited for episode. Where we at? 7 now? 7, 8, 9. We got 3 more episodes left. So
on that note, please stand by.
That's your please stand by voice. No, so just to let everybody know that we're gonna actually do episode 7, 8, and 9 as one episode reviews. We're no longer gonna do the 2 episode format. This was fun and everything, but we're gonna switch it up for you guys because we're in the end game now. So we have to we gotta treat this shit real serious. We gotta do these things every weekly. But anybody that is viewing right now, anybody that is watching us just geek out to WandaVision, thank you so much for watching. We are enjoying the show. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. And we want you guys to comment, like, obviously subscribe, hit the bell, but definitely get a conversation going.
Yes,
and obviously
converse with us. Like, if you have any agreeances with us, please let us know. If you disagree with us, please let us know. Like, we're open. I mean, I'm going to tell you that you're wrong, but
we got our theories, and then we got our theories that, that don't add up, and we understand that. And then we have some
add to it. Let us know. We want to be interactive with everybody. So please interact with us. We'll interact back. I promise I'll be nice.
Yeah. Classic versus remake us is the argument. Us, but we don't argue on our WandaVision. we're kind, we're courteous.
No, these episodes, we're friends.
Yeah,
the remake versus classic, not so much.
Yeah, we're argumentative. Yeah, we're real debative. There's a lot of debative ass attitudes being thrown around in that way.
Question: why do I even like him? Why are we even friends?
Why are we homies?
That's why.
Well, that concludes our review of both episode 5 and 6 of WandaVision. Selina, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter at MexiEgyptian, MEXIGYPTIAN.
All right. I'm still on IG and Facebook, but on IG, you guys can find me at BKLV Negrito. And then, of course, Facebook, since I'm not in jail anymore, that's a long story. When I'm not in jail, you can find me at DeVal Brown on Facebook. And then, of course, please, by any means necessary, if you want to get access to the Back to the Classics private page, which is our movie page, where we are just talking about classic movies, and we are also talking about current stuff and having dope-ass conversations about cinema, you guys are more than welcome to come meet us there and join us there and interact with us there and talk with us there as well. And then, of course, Beat Network, anything Beat Network related, by all means, add it, subscribe, like, the whole 9 yards, and then just join our family. Our extended family is getting bigger, and we just want you guys to come with us on the journey. Is there anything else? Did we cover everything?
I feel like we did.
I think we got this. WandaVision obviously is kind of taking over our whole lives at the moment. I think it's because we're in a Marvel withdrawal, you know what I'm saying? But it's getting good, though. It's getting good. So we're going to meet you guys up for episode 7. That obviously is going to come on Friday/Saturday/Thursday night, whatever you decide. Yeah. But we're going to definitely have our little take and our review on it, and we're going to get that over to you guys soon. Keep in mind, we got our classic versus remake episodes coming out as well. So stay tuned for those. And we just want to say peace, love, and all that good stuff.